welcome back to SpeakFlow English. I'm Anna.
And I'm Mark. Anna, I have to share something embarrassing that happened to me when I first moved abroad.
Oh no, what happened?
So I went to the bank to open an account, right? And the bank teller asked me, would you like a checking or savings account? And I just froze. I didn't know what the difference was, and I was too embarrassed to ask.
Oh, Mark. So what did you do?
I just said yes, like that answered the question. The poor bank teller looked at me so confused, and then she had to explain everything from the beginning.
Oh, Mark. At least she was patient. But honestly, banking vocabulary can be really confusing, especially when you're doing it in a second language.
Exactly. And that's why today's episode is so important. We're going to talk about everything you need to know about banking in English, from opening accounts to managing your money confidently.
Yes, whether you're studying abroad, working in an English-speaking country, or traveling long-term, you'll need to deal with banks at some point. And it's so much easier when you know what to say.
Absolutely. But before we dive into this super practical topic, we need to ask for your help.
That's right. If you're enjoying SpeakFlow English and finding these episodes helpful, please subscribe to our channel right now. Hit that subscribe button.
Yes, subscribe to SpeakFlow English, give us a like, and share this episode with a friend who's planning to study or work abroad. This information could really help them.
And please leave us a comment. Tell us, have you ever opened a bank account in another country? What was challenging about it? We love hearing your stories.
Your comments help us create content that actually addresses your needs. So don't be shy. Tell us about your banking experiences.
All right, Mark, ready to help our listeners become confident with banking English?
Let's do it. And this time, I'll actually know the difference between checking and savings.
So today we're talking about banking in English, everything from opening accounts to everyday transactions. Mark, why is this such an important topic for English learners?
Well, banking is one of those necessary things you can't avoid when you're living or working in another country. You need somewhere safe to keep your money, and you need to be able to access it easily.
Right. And unlike casual conversations where mistakes aren't no big deal, banking involves your money. You want to understand exactly what's happening with your finances.
Exactly. Plus, banking has its own special vocabulary. Words like deposit, withdraw, transfer. These aren't words you use in everyday conversation, so they might not come up in regular English lessons.
So true. So what's the main idea of today's episode?
Here it is. Banking in English doesn't have to be intimidating. Once you understand the basic vocabulary, the common types of accounts, and key phrases for transactions, you can handle all your banking needs confidently.
I love that. And here's something important. Bank employees are there to help you. They want you to understand what you're signing up for, so don't hesitate to ask questions.
Absolutely, and we're going to prepare you so well that you'll walk into that bank feeling like a pro.
Perfect. Let's break it down step by step, from choosing the right account to using ATMs to transferring money internationally.
Okay, Anna, let's start with the basics. What's the first thing someone needs to do when they arrive in a new country?
Usually, you'll want to open a bank account. This gives you a safe place to keep your money and makes it easier to pay for things, receive your salary, and manage your finances.
Right. So let's talk about the two main types of accounts. First, there's a checking account, sometimes called a current account in British English.
A checking account is for everyday transactions. You use it to pay bills, buy groceries, receive your salary, and make regular purchases. The money in this account is easy to access.
Then there's a savings account. This is where you keep money you want to save for the future. Usually savings accounts pay interest, which means the bank pays you a small percentage for keeping money there.
Interest is like a reward for saving. For example, if you have $1,000 in a savings account, with 2% interest per year, you'll earn about $20 over the year.
Most people have both types of accounts, checking for daily expenses and savings for long-term goals.
Perfect. Now let's talk about what you need to open an account. Mark, what documents do banks typically require?
Great question. Usually you need a valid ID or passport, proof of address like a utility bill or rental agreement, sometimes your social security number or tax ID, and an initial deposit. That's the first amount of money you put in.
The initial deposit can vary. Some banks let you open an account with just $25, while others might require $100 or more.
Now let's talk about actually going to the bank and opening an account. What do you say when you walk in?
You can go to the information desk or a bank teller and say, "Hello, I'd like to open a bank account, please."
The bank employee will probably ask, what type of account are you interested in? You can respond, I'd like to open a checking account, or I'd like both a checking and savings account.
They'll explain the different account options, fees, and benefits. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Listeners, practice some useful questions. Repeat after us.
What are the monthly fees for this account?
Is there a minimum balance required?
Do you offer online banking?
How many free transactions do I get per month?
Minimum balance means the smallest amount of money you must keep in the account to avoid fees.
Great explanation. Once you choose an account, you'll need to fill out an application form with your personal information.
Then you'll make your initial deposit. You can do this with cash, a check, or sometimes by transferring money from another bank.
After everything's processed, you'll receive a debit card. This is a plastic card you can use to make purchases or withdraw money from ATMs.
ATM stands for Automated Teller Machine. It's those machines on street corners where you can get cash 24/7.
Now let's talk about common banking transactions. These are the activities you'll do regularly once you have an account.
First, depositing money. To deposit means to put money into your account. You can deposit cash, checks, or transfer money electronically. At the bank, you'd say, I'd like to deposit this check into my checking account, or I want to deposit $200 cash, please.
Most banks also have ATMs, where you can deposit money without going inside. You just insert your card, follow the prompts, and insert your cash or check.
Next is withdrawing money, taking money out of your account. You can withdraw at the bank counter or at an ATM.
At an ATM, you'd insert your card, enter your PIN, select withdraw, choose the amount, take your cash, and receipt.
Your PIN is super important. Never share it with anyone and memorize it. Don't write it on your card.
Another common transaction is transferring money. This means moving money from one account to another.
You might transfer money from your checking to your savings, or send money to a friend, or pay someone for rent.
Most banks have online banking or mobile apps where you can transfer money instantly. You just log in, select transfer, enter the amount and the recipient's information, and confirm.
Let's practice some transaction phrases. Repeat with us.
I'd like to withdraw $100, please.
Can I deposit this check into my savings account?
I need to transfer $500 to my checking account.
What's my current balance?
Balance. That's the total amount of money you have in your account at any given time.
You can check your balance by logging into online banking, using the mobile app, checking at an ATM, or calling the bank.
Now let's talk about something many international people need: exchanging currency and sending money internationally.
Yes, if you're working abroad and want to send money home, or if you need to convert money from one currency to another, you'll deal with exchange rates.
The exchange rate is how much one currency is worth in another currency. For example, if the exchange rate is 1 USD equals 0.85 euros, that means 1 US dollar equals 0.85 euros.
Exchange rates change daily based on the global economy. You can usually find the current rates on the bank's website or by asking a teller.
To exchange currency at the bank, you'd say, "I'd like to exchange dollars for euros, please. What's your exchange rate today?"
Keep in mind that banks often charge a fee for currency exchange, and their rates might not be the best. Sometimes specialized currency exchange services offer better rates.
For sending money internationally, like if you're working in the US and want to send money to family in another country, you have several options.
You can do a wire transfer through your bank. You'd say, "I need to send a wire transfer to Mexico. What information do you need?"
The bank will ask for the recipient's name, bank account number, the bank's SWIFT code, an international bank identifier, and the amount you want to send.
Wire transfers can take a few days and usually have fees, often $25 to $50 depending on the bank and destination.
Alternatively, many people use services like Western Union, PayPal, or TransferWise, which is now called Wise. And they can be faster and sometimes cheaper.
Now let's talk about common banking problems and how to handle them in English.
Problem number 1, you lost your debit card or it was stolen. What do you do?
Immediately call your bank and say, "I need to report a lost card," or "My debit card was stolen. I need to cancel it and get a replacement."
The bank will cancel the card right away, so no one can use it, and they'll send you a new one.
Problem number 2, you see a transaction on your statement that you didn't make. This might be fraud.
Contact your bank immediately. "I see a charge on my account that I didn't authorize. I think it might be fraudulent."
The bank will investigate and usually refund you if it's confirmed as fraud. This is called a chargeback.
Problem number 3, you're charged an unexpected fee and don't understand why.
Don't hesitate to ask. Call or visit the bank and say, "I was charged a $25 fee on my account. Can you explain what this is for?"
Often fees are for things like overdraft, spending more than you have, or falling below the minimum balance, or using ATMs from other banks.
Understanding fees helps you avoid them in the future.
Now let's talk about common mistakes English learners make with banking vocabulary.
Mistake number 1, confusing deposit and withdraw. Remember, deposit means putting money in, withdraw means taking money out.
Mistake number 2, saying take money instead of withdraw money. While take isn't wrong, withdraw is the proper banking term.
Mistake number 3, not knowing the difference between a debit card and a credit card. A debit card uses money you already have in your account. A credit card is borrowed money you pay back later.
And mistake number 4, being too shy to ask questions. Banking is complicated even in your native language. Bank employees expect questions.
Exactly. Now let's talk about mindset shifts for dealing with banks in English.
Instead of thinking, "I don't understand banking vocabulary, so I'll just avoid it," try saying, "I'm learning practical vocabulary that will help me live independently abroad."
Perfect. Or instead of "I'm embarrassed to ask what things mean," say, "Asking questions about my finances shows I'm responsible and careful."
Yes, and instead of "the bank employees will judge my English," say, "Bank employees help international customers every day. They're patient and used to language barriers."
These mindset shifts help you approach banking with confidence instead of fear.
Now let's talk about the benefits of mastering banking English.
Benefit number 1, you'll feel independent and secure, knowing that you can manage your own finances in English.
Benefit number 2, you'll save money by understanding fees, rates, and account options clearly.
Benefit number 3, you'll avoid mistakes or fraud because you can read statements and notices carefully.
And benefit number 4, you're building professional vocabulary that's useful in business contexts too.
Yes, and here's the positive cycle. You learn banking vocabulary, which builds confidence. You successfully open an account or make a transaction, which feels empowering. This success motivates you to handle more complex financial tasks.
I love that cycle. Now let's give listeners some practical daily goals.
Perfect. Goal number 1, learn 10 banking words this week, write them down, and practice saying them out loud.
Goal number 2, if you have a bank account, log into your online banking and read through your statement. Look up any words you don't understand.
Goal number 3, watch a YouTube video about banking basics in English and listen to how they explain financial concepts.
And goal number 4, practice a mock conversation where you open a bank account. You can do this with a friend or even by yourself.
These goals are achievable and directly applicable to real life.
Now let's share some power phrases.
I can understand banking vocabulary. These are just new words, and I'm capable of learning them.
Asking questions about my money is smart, not embarrassing. I'm taking control of my finances.
Every successful transaction builds my confidence. I'm getting better at this.
Banking vocabulary is practical English that'll help me live independently anywhere in the world.
Those are so empowering. Now, let's talk about fun ways to practice banking English.
Method 1, watch financial literacy videos on YouTube in English. Channels like The Financial Diet explain money concepts clearly.
Method 2, read banking blogs or articles in English. Even if you don't understand everything, you'll start recognizing key terms.
Method 3, if you have banking apps, change the language setting to English and explore the features. You'll learn the vocabulary in context.
Method 4, practice filling out sample bank forms you find online. This prepares you for the real thing.
And Method 5, make flashcards of banking vocabulary with definitions and example sentences. Review them regularly.
These methods make learning banking English less intimidating and more practical.
And remember, listeners, banks want your business. They'll work with you to make sure you understand everything. You're a valued customer.
So true. And one more tip, many banks have multilingual staff or translation services available if you really need help. Don't let language fear stop you from managing your money properly. Okay, everyone, we're coming to the end of today's episode. Mark, can you summarize the main points for our listeners?
Of course. Today, we talked about the two main types of accounts: checking for daily use, savings for long-term goals, what you need to open an account, ID, proof of address, and initial deposit, how to open an account at the bank and what to say, common transactions, deposit, withdraw, transfer, check balance, using ATMs safely and the importance of protecting your PIN, exchanging currency and understanding exchange rates, sending money internationally through wire transfers or other services, how to handle problems, lost cards, fraudulent charges, and unexpected fees, common mistakes with banking vocabulary, mindset shifts to reduce banking anxiety, benefits of learning banking English, practical goals and fun practice methods, power phrases for confidence.
Perfect summary. And here's the most important message. Banking in English is just like banking in your own language. It's about understanding the process and knowing the key terms. You can do this.
Yes, don't compare yourself to native speakers who grew up with this vocabulary. The only question that matters is, do I understand banking better today than yesterday?
Exactly. Maybe yesterday you didn't know the difference between deposit and withdraw, and today you do. That's real progress.
And remember, every adult, native speaker or not, has had awkward moments at the bank. I said yes when asked to choose between two account types. We all start somewhere.
True. And here's the challenge. This week, if you have a bank account, check your balance in English. If you don't have one yet, practice saying, "I'd like to open a checking account, please."
Just that small action, checking your balance or practicing one sentence, builds confidence and familiarity with banking vocabulary.
And if you have a banking story, good, bad, or funny, leave us a comment. We want to hear about your experiences.
Your stories help other learners feel less alone and give them real-world examples to learn from.
Okay, before we go, one more time. If this episode helped you, please subscribe to SpeakFlow English right now.
Your subscription helps us create more practical, real-world English lessons like this. And please share this episode with friends who might be moving or studying abroad.
And leave us a comment. Tell us, what banking topic do you find most confusing? Or share one banking word you learned today.
We'll be back next week with another essential English topic for real-life situations. Until then,
Remember that managing your money in English is a skill you can absolutely master. Take it one transaction at a time.
And don't be afraid to ask questions at the bank. Your financial security is worth more than any momentary embarrassment.
Keep learning, stay positive, and take control of your finances with confidence.
Bye, everyone. And remember, knowing the difference between checking and savings is half the battle.
Bye, everyone, and keep flowing with English, and we'll see you next week.